Ready.
Okay, so we've stitched out the design. Now you'll notice on your, let's go back here. On your USB stick, when you open it up in your sewing machine, you have two designs. Now this was the first one that I picked here. And there's also, if I go back here, let's see here, let me go back. Go away, go in here. I can pick this design too. So there's two different designs that you can use. You decide which one you want to do. I did this one on the white. Also in your directions, it's only having you actually do one design. And it's actually is this design that it's having you stitch out. But there's no reason why you couldn't stitch out this design on one piece and this design on another piece, and you could have it almost a reversible tray for you. So let me just show you again how I went in and how I went in and got to the center point. So I went into my information and I'm going to go down here to the check. So what this does, it wants a hoop on. Let me put this hoop on. Okay, there we go. So what this check area on the Berninas, it's checking to make sure that that design's going to fit into the hoop, the oval hoop. But I'm going to go down here to the center. So I'm going to push on there, and then it's going to take me, and let's say this was on here, and I wanted to line up with this center mark here. I'm just going to move my machine down to there, and I test it, and right there I've got the center mark. So I know that when I go out of here and I push the needle to stitch out, it's going to be right in that center area. So I'm all lined up there. So that's what you're going to do. That's what we did. If you remember, I did that on here, on this one. So once you get done with that, and you've stitched out whether one or two, you're going to take this over, and you're going to trim both of these squares up to 9 inches around. So it's a 10-inch square, so you would take a 1/2 inch off of each side in order to get a perfect 9-inch. Then you're going to sew, put right sides together, tear off your stabilizer, and it's that easy tear, so it comes off really nice. You're going to put right sides together, and I'm going to sew all the way around, leaving a 3-inch space for me to turn in. Then I'm going to stitch that. I would trim off my corners so that there's not a lot of bulk in there. Yeah. And then I'm going to turn it. Once you turn it, you are then going to, you'll have, right sides together, and that'll be all stitched around. You're then going to take and you're going to mark. Let me see if I can find a little ruler here. I am going to take and I'm going to mark a 1-inch square, and I can do that right now even. This is a friction pen. So I can take and I'll mark a square like that on there. And I'm going to do this in all 4 corners. I'm then going to take and I'm going to put these 2 lines together and I'm going to stitch down.
Not that way, I don't think, Laura.
No, it's this way. Yeah, like this. And then I'm going to stitch down. And so then what that's going to do is it will, when you have all four corners and you have them stitched like that, it's going to present and make a tray. So very simple project to do. Just the secret, I think, to these is getting a nice stabilizer. In fact, in almost anything that I embroider, I put a stabilizer, like an interfacing, a woven stabilizer on the back of the fabric that I'm doing, and then I use the right type of stabilizer in the hoop. And so what that does is it prevents a lot of puckering issues when you do that, and just makes life a lot easier. So go ahead and do that. If you have any questions, which I don't think you will, because the directions on here are very good. They're very easy to follow. So go ahead and work up your tray. These would be neat for gifts at Christmas time. You know, you could put any design in the center of these. So don't be afraid to play with your machine and that. And so with that, I hope you have a good time doing this, and we will see you next month. Thanks for joining us. Bye.